What's up guys, Chooch, and today I'm here to talk about the biggest innovation I think in our hobby in years. And I've been doing this, since 2015, and I can tell you the biggest change to this hobby, from a rider standpoint, from having more control over the wheel, is just this huge push in the past year of people really going overboard and really making these side pads for their wheels. And what we thought was really kind of overboard at first, but everybody started making them. People started doing DIY stuff, people started 3D printing stuff, and then we come up with whole new brands of stuff. So now these are Clark pads right here. The pads I was riding on the other wheel, those are called side pads. So people have literally started making these, in their basement, the most innovative things for this hobby. 3D printing the stands for them, everything like that. And I think that's the coolest thing, is just the forward innovation of this hobby is just so new. People are creating their own stuff, coming up with inventions, and it's hard to come up with inventions in a world like this, just full of everything you can think of, and people are literally coming up with them. So I just wanted to show y'all, I really think that side pads on your wheel, you really got to make them the way you want them. Either you got to find the right ones out there to buy, but man, I rode for 4 years and I always kind of thought about it, I always thought about it, but I never really made anything. I never really took that push to go ahead and, start crafting something and get the hot glue gun out, or either think about it in my head of what would be a good way to really incorporate where you can get your toe under something, to really jump over something if you need to really use your shin in the back to brake if you need to really accelerate harder. And especially for a lower weight rider, guys, they make a huge difference because you can actually get all the potential out of the wheel. The absolute quintessential thing to having side pads is you're not going to be over leaning on the road and then hit a pothole and go flying forward. You're going to have that power already there. What's up, dudes? Chooch back with another video, and today we're looking at these right here, guys. So you see in that little video right there, you've probably seen it in a lot of my videos recently, I've been ripping with these bad boys on my 100 volt M Super X, and these are the super wide, thick Clark pads right here. And these are the ones really with the big, they really lock you in. And these are the ones that I've been ripping a lot on, you see, on the aggressive trail riding and stuff. And a lot of people, to begin with, didn't really think that these were going to be optimal for trail riding. And these were going to be mainly for just, a lot of power and a lot of braking out there on the street riding. But these are great trail riding, and I've really adapted to them, and I love them trail riding a lot. Whenever I first got these, I thought that I really wanted to go thinner on them, and I even asked them. I was like, yeah. So on the Gen 2s, they're a little bit thinner on the Clark Pad Gen 2s, but honestly, I like these a lot, and I also like those. The whole thing is, it's just whatever you get used to, And so the one thing is, if you go from these to the thinner ones, you're just going to need to take a little bit of time to get used to it, You can really get used to anything on these unicycles, and with whatever pads you get, you're going to just you'll really adapt to them quickly. And these are a hell of a good 3D print too. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can see this material right here. It just bends like this. I mean, it's pretty incredible. This is some nice 3D print right here. You can has a skid puck right here, like a replaceable little skid puck. You can put these on with the Given 3M adhesive that's on the back right here, and they stick absolutely great. But you can also use whatever Velcro you want. You can go on Amazon and get some Velcro strips, or either like a whole Velcro panel, and put that on the side. And I really suggest that, because you can move these around and really get them to where you want them. And everybody's gonna want them in a different spot. That's one thing. Whenever I first got these, I'm like, well, where's everybody running these at? And I was looking at YouTube videos and looking at pictures, and I was trying to figure it out. I was like, well, where are people putting these? How are they angling them? Like, how should I angle these? Should I angle them back a little bit to where I'm hitting this faster? Should I angle them forward to where I have more braking power? How should I angle it? And it's really personal preference, and I've moved them around probably 30 times, and it's just, you get the feel of it, and then it's like, okay, that could be a little bit better. And even on my other wheel, I have one a little bit differently placed on one side than I do the other side, so they're not even going to be completely even. necessarily. So don't stress out trying to get them perfectly even on each side, which I did at first, and that's really not necessary, because the way you adapt to it and the way you ride is going to be different than that, and you'll be able to really hone that in if you use Velcro. If you just put Velcro on the back and then put Velcro on the side of your unicycle, and you can set that up. And this is what I have left over. This is all I have left over from 2 massive rolls. I'll link the Velcro down in the description, guys, but you can literally just get rolls of this stuff and then put it on the side as you need it. And I like the rolls of Velcro because you can use it for all kind of other stuff, you know. So it's just like having, like, you know, glue or Loctite or something like that. You can use it for so much stuff. You just don't, it's not just for using one time on these side panels, you know. You can use Velcro for everything. All right, so also right here, check this out, guys. So this is the new 3D printed stand right here. Check this thing out. All right, it's super sick, guys. So this is not like your typical 3D printed stand, guys. This thing is super robust, it's super thick, and it's a lot sturdier than any other ones that have ever been made. And the whole thing, the way this works is your tire actually sits in it perfectly to where the weight is distributed very well, and like even half the weight is basically on the floor with this particular stand. And on the top right here, this foam really fits well, and your pedal pillars literally just make an indentation right here, and it's just perfect. I mean, it literally works perfect. And then plus you can it has the rubber feet on this thing, so it's not going to slide around. And then there's actually holes drilled in the bottom right here, so there's holes already drilled in right here. And so if you wanted to make a setup, so like over here on my rack over here, if I get a few more of these, I can actually do away with those parallel bars right there, and then I can set these up in like a rack orientation, and I think it'll look pretty cool. And have them, you know, across there and actually drilled down, so there'll actually be individual stands for each one, and they'll stand up perfectly straight. I don't need them leaning against each other, you know. And you can get creative, and you can design whatever, you know, whatever holding system you want using these. So links below, guys. The affiliate links for SiPads and for Clark pads are down below, guys. So I'm not taking a bias on either one. I know some guys might like the SiPads, some guys might like the Clark pads. So, you know, the links are below for both of them. Alright, guys, so you can see right here, this thing just, I mean, it fits perfectly in here. You know, you can, I mean, it fits great in here. The tire actually sits flush. You can turn it on. I'm not going to do it while it's sitting up here, because I really don't want to take a risk of this thing going through the wall. But it's literally, the tire sits flush on it, so you can turn it on if you wanted to while it's in the stand, which is really cool. Stand's super robust, guys. I think it looks good. I think the color options are really cool. And also I've had these on this wheel, and y'all have seen me just straight, I mean, bashing this wheel, and I've crashed it a bunch, and you can barely tell. I mean, these things really take a beating quite well. The slide pads and everything on this work great. I'm hard on this wheel, guys. This is when I ride fast, ride hard, you know, off-road in the trails. Your pedals can come down while it's still in the stand, which is really cool if you need to work on it or anything like that. I really like it. You know, aftermarket pads are sweet. See how I built this nose guard right here? That's solved. You can actually buy it now. You can actually buy a good nose guard right here, just like printed out of this material. So these are the Clark pads Gen 1. This is going to be how it's going to be if you order them. That's going to be the Gen 1 Clark pads, thicker right here. And then we got the Gen 2s as well. And you can get a front bumper, and then you can also get a rear bumper. I don't have those, but they're on the website. They're cool as can be, and you can match them to the pads and to your stand and get a whole matching setup if you want it. So links are down below. Check them out, guys. So these over here are the Clark Pad Gen 2s, which I have on my M Super Pro 100 volt right here. And these are a little bit different, so I'm going to show you the differences in them. So these are the Gen 1s, and it's a completely flat bottom on this puck right here. And this puck on the Gen 1s is a little bit wider than this front puck up here. But this front puck on the so these are the Gen 2s. The front puck on the Gen 2s has a little curve under here, which hooks your toe a little bit better. So there's really not quite as much need for the width of it. You see what I'm saying? This works more, so the Gen 1s, you can get more power out of it, you know, and all your leans, you know, so if one toe comes up or whatever it may be, see, this kind of covers more of your whole foot pedal. So you can really get used to the Gen 1s, and I do love the Gen 1s a lot. and I also like these Gen 2s. But however, coming from these to these, you got to be careful because you know, you might be used to having that leverage right there, and then it's just not quite there, you know. So really get one and kind of stick to it. If you're going to go with the Gen 1s or the Gen 2s, you know, I wouldn't say have a wheel with Gen 1s and then have a wheel with Gen 2s, because it's going to feel weird going between the two. You know what I'm saying? Because you can even see right here, there's not quite as much thickness right here on the back of this for braking as there is on this one. This one is just way more locked in. The Gen 1s, super locked in. The Gen 2s, you can really flare your legs out more and kind of work with them while still getting all the benefits of them. So if you start with the Gen 2s, I think you'll be happy and you'll really adapt to them well. But if you get these, you know, this is just going for a full locked-in riding style, kind of like clipping a snowboard to your legs. But I like both of them. You know, I think both of them are great. I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of them. So, but that's the difference right there. And I'm just making a case for this wheel. That's why I got all this crap on here. I'm working on making a cover for it. So y'all see that in a video coming up soon. It's really cool. All right, so at the end of the day, guys, basically the question is, should you get side pads for your wheel, and is it worth it? You know, because these are 3D printed, and you know, you may look at it and go, all right, they're a little bit expensive or whatever. Are they worth it? And me personally, I'm kind of a savvy guy, and you know, I like to save my money where I can. I'm kind of frugal, as you know, where I was going for there. Savvy, I don't know if I'm there. But anyways, at the end of the day, should you get these? You know, should you get these or should you make your own? And after getting hands-on, I would have never known. You know, I would have probably never trusted a 3D printed anything, you know, until I got hands-on and actually saw, you know, okay, this is nice. This is really good stuff right here, and this is no BS. You know, this isn't just somebody trying to BS me on some 3D printed garbage. At the end of the day, I really think it adds a lot to it. Personally, I love being able to jump up curbs. I love being able to jump over little obstacles that I used to not be able to. And before I got these, I never really worried about it, because I never thought that that's something you really wanted to do that much. But as soon as I got these, I found myself easily jumping up curbs. Just my flow around the city's better because I can get over obstacles easier. I can brake easier. I can accelerate easier. I really do like them. I really enjoy the 3D printed side pads. And you know, you can make your own, but you're not going to make something quite that looks quite as good as these, and you can just throw them right on there. You know, anybody can just get these, throw them right on there, ease of use, you know, and you're good to go. So I think that's the coolest thing about them, and I definitely recommend them. You know, if you can pick them up, for sure. I like all of them. So you know, the Gen 1s and the Gen 2s I think are sweet, and the stand's pretty cool too. So if you just need one stand or a few stands, you know, if you got some wheels on the floor, you know, these are sweet. These are probably the best 3D printed stands you can pick up right here. But anyways, dudes, it's been Chooch. If y'all enjoyed the video and y'all like me bringing you little, you know, little gadgets and gizmos and showing y'all some stuff to get for your wheel, throw it a thumbs up, and I will see y'all in the next one. The links below, guys, take you straight to eWheels and eRides UK. So eWheels is where you're going to want to go for everybody in the USA and Canada, and extremely fast shipping, extremely reliable customer service. eWheels is the best. And for everybody overseas and everywhere else other than the United States and Canada, go with eRides UK. They will get you set up. The links below, guys. Use the code CHOOCH5 and you can get a discount from eRides UK as well. You can also get an instant $20 discount from Lazy Rolling. So all the jackets that I wear, they're Kevlar aligned and they're armored. So if you do go down, you know, you got some protection there. They're easy to throw on, and I really swear by them. Use code CHOOCH at checkout for your $20 off. If y'all enjoyed the video, press that red subscribe button, and I'll see y'all in the next one.